Okay, so here are our ingredients for our focaccia. For this focaccia recipe, we'll be needing 500 grams of bread flour. So again, 500 grams of bread flour. You'll be needing 9 grams of yeast. So 9 grams of yeast. Then base sugar. Okay, sugar is 9 grams as well. So there are some recipes, particularly for lean dough, that doesn't have any sugar. But for this recipe, we're adding just a little to help the yeast. Okay, but for other lean doughs, they don't have any sugar. Then we have salt. So you'll be needing 9 grams of salt. Okay, for the bread improver, we have 3 grams of bread improver here. So just check the packaging on how much you need to add bread improver with your recipe. Then water. Water is 257 ml or grams. Then we have oil. So olive oil, it's 19 grams or ml. Okay, so if you don't have your olive oil, you may just want to use first just a simple vegetable oil will do. Okay, but for focaccia recipes, normally they use olive oil. Okay, so we will still be using a straight dough method. For this one, again, you need a clean bowl. Then you add your flour there. Okay. I'm reserving just a little. Then mix in your dry ingredients. So I have here my salt, my bread improver. Okay, you have your sugar. Then of course your yeast. Okay, mix the ingredients first. Then again, make a well at the center. And then add your water. Okay, mix it up slowly, incorporating the water so that it will, the flour will absorb the water. So the main purpose of water is to hydrate our flour. Okay, keep on mixing. Okay, so I'm going to use my hands, okay, into the bowl. Okay, slowly kneading it. So again, what we want here, the dough to at least all the dry ingredients will be one. Okay. And like that. So straight all. And then knead it. So the motion is somehow like a folding motion. Okay, slowly absorbing all this flour with the dough. Okay, almost there. Okay, when it's like this already, you can add your fat. Okay, so I have here my olive oil. Okay, knead it until the dough is elastic already. So it will take approximately around 8 minutes. Okay, by machine, 8 minutes to 12 minutes by hand. Okay, by machine, it's around 9 to 11 minutes. Okay, just keep on kneading so that it will become smoother. Okay, so the first stage here, so it's still rough. So after kneading, approximately around 3 minutes, so you will notice that it's a lot smoother than earlier. Okay, so let's continue kneading this one. So you need a lot of muscle to do this. So our aim is to make it smooth and to make the dough elastic. Okay, so again, after a few minutes, okay, let's check again. Okay, so you will see that the dough is a lot smoother. Okay, check if it springs back now. So it's there already. So let's just test it. Okay, this is lean dough. So meaning there's a small amount or no amount of sugar. For this one, we have a little amount of sugar and little amount of fat. But other recipes for the lean dough, they have a very no egg or no sugar at all. Okay, so check. It's thin already. Okay, there. So perhaps I just need to knead it like 2 minutes more. It's almost ready. Okay. Okay, so I needed this a total of around 9 to 10 minutes. So check, it's somehow smooth already. Okay, then we're going to get a little amount. Okay, check, it's smooth. Okay, then we carefully stretch it. Okay, for this dough, it's not as sticky as the rich dough because there is not much sugar with this dough. Okay, check. So it's ready. Okay, so the dough is smooth already. Okay, so we're going to prepare to rest our dough. So try to fold it towards the inside and then press using your palm. Okay, and then it will be like this. Okay, so we're going to place it again inside our grease bowl, and then you can grease the top just a little, or you may want to cover with a damp cloth. Okay, now you can see that the dough doubled already. So it's we're going to use this for two preparations. So the half will be our focaccia and the other half will be used for pizza. So there are some cookbooks that they make use of focaccia as their basis for their pizza dough. So later I'm going to show you how to use this dough. So we're ready for the dough. I have here my weighing scale, so I'm just going to grease it just a little. Then transferring my dough. So I need here approximately around 120 grams of dough. So I'm dividing it into two. Okay, so we need approximately around 150 grams of dough. So I have here 197. So let me just reduce it a bit. So 9 grams. So 154. Okay, so I have here 150 grams of dough. Then check the other one. So it's 176. So let's cut a bit. So 155. Okay, 152. Okay, around 150. So I'll use the other dough for the focaccia. This one I'm going to use for the pizza dough. So I have here a grease pan which I'll be using. So this is a pan of toaster, oven toaster. So here, so what I want you to do is grease it up first. You can use olive oil. You can use any fat you feel like using. Okay, so what I want you to do is slowly you're going to press it using your fingers. Okay. Okay, then you're going to fill up. Okay, slowly stretching from the inside. Okay, to fill the whole of your pan. So hopefully you can see it. Okay, and then try to press it more. Okay, that's it. Okay, let it rest for a while, and then we're going to stretch it a little more. When it gets too elastic and keeps on coming back, try to rest the dough first before you stretch it again. Okay, so we will rest this a little. So around 5 minutes will do. So I'll do the other one. Okay? Okay, so this is our dough for our pizza. So this is the same dough that we were going to use for our focaccia. So I'm going to add a little of the olive oil, okay, on top of the dough, and then maybe use a pastry brush to spread it up, or maybe a spoon will do. Okay, spread it. Okay, just a little, so that you have a good flavor of your olive oil. Then I have here tomatoes, canned tomato that is cooked with a little onion and garlic, and then a little of the Italian seasoning. So feel free to be creative in this particular recipe. So I have here fresh tomatoes. So as you can see, these are not fresh tomatoes, canned tomatoes. It's really red. So you don't want to put too much of this. Okay, so just enough, and then make sure you have space. Okay. And then I have add a little cheese. So this is a melting cheese. So any kind of cheese that will actually melt. So you're not required to buy an expensive cheese for this one. Okay, I'm just going to spread it. Then add a little salt. So this is rock salt. So not too much. Then some fresh tomatoes. Then some pepper. And if you want to add basil, but later I'll be adding the basil so that they will not toast inside the oven toaster. And into our oven toaster. If you don't have your oven, so we're trying to make things work here. So then I want you to set up the oven. So let's start first with 10 minutes, but please 7 minutes here. Just make sure to check every now and then if the pizza is cooked through already, the cheese is melted. Okay. Okay, so our pizza is ready. I set it only for 7-8 minutes. So look, okay, it's perfectly done. So we have this oven toaster pizza for 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, so what we have here is a grill pan. So this is our third option if you don't have your oven, okay, and you don't have your oven toaster. We try to make use of our grill pan. So my pan is already hot. I already grease it with a little olive oil, and then I have here my dough, which we rested for a while already. I'm going to transfer the dough there, and then we're going to partially cook it. Okay, so here's the dough. Okay, transfer it. So this is a grilled pizza. So this is one of the street food in Naples. I learned to do this when I went to CIA in California. So this is one of our outputs during that day because I attended this short course for Italian food. So this is one of their street foods daw in Naples, Italy. So what I want is to partially cook the bottom part of the dough, and then as we turn it, we're going to add, okay, I have olive oil on top. We're going to add the olive oil, the tomato sauce or the pizza sauce, then of course your cheese, your toppings, and etc. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, I'm going to flip it. Okay, okay, lower down the heat. So try to move as fast as you can. So your tomatoes, okay, spread it. So you can make your dough thinner. So this one is around 150 ml grams. So make it thinner. Then you can add your tomatoes. A little salt. Pepper. Okay, freshly cracked pepper. Then of course our melting cheese. Okay, melting cheese on top. Okay, just put enough, not too much. Okay, and you can cover it up first. Okay, you can get a cover. Meron pa mas malaking cover. So I'm covering it. After a minute, so the cheese melted already. So we have here our grilled pizza. So now they are cooked already. So you can put your, you can shred basil, fresh basil leaves on top to go with your pizza. So this is very light and very simple pizza. There's no meat with it. So somehow it's okay. For the oven toaster, okay, there's more color with it because of high heat. Okay, then so we have a good color of the, okay, then you can drizzle with a little olive oil, okay, on top before you serve it. Okay, so just sprinkle it on top. Okay, don't be afraid, especially for an Italian food. Okay, they love their olive oil. Okay, then that's it. Okay, let's try to cut it and take a look. Okay, so first for this one, the big one, the more toasted. So check. So it's cooked through. Okay, same thing with the grilled pizza. Okay, let's check this one. So it's cooked through as well. Okay, so hope you enjoyed doing this pizza. Okay, thank you. So this focaccia will be baked inside our air fryer. So I'm putting sea salt or rock salt here on top. Okay, feel free to add freshly cracked peppercorn, but the more classic focaccia, they just use rosemary. So I have here basil. Okay, then I also sprinkled it a while ago with olive oil. So now that we have our basil there, so the next thing that you need to do is poke it, okay, as if you're going to embed the basil. Okay, that's it. And then you can add a little more of your olive oil on top. Okay, and this will go into our air fryer. So let's start first with around 7 minutes. So most likely I'm thinking that this will bake at around 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to use our air fryer here. So temperature is 200 degrees. So this is in Celsius. In Fahrenheit, it's around 400 degrees. So we're going to cook this or bake this in high heat. Then for the cooking time, so here I have around 8 minutes. And then let's check if it's good already in 8 minutes. Okay, so let's check if the focaccia is ready. Okay, so it's brown. I think it's perfect. So the time is around, that was only around 8 minutes for the focaccia. What you can see here is the two focaccia. This one is baked using air fryer. Temperature is a lot higher. I set it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and this one is also at around 375 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but this is inside the oven. So for the oven, you need to bake it for 10 minutes for this, and then this one air fried for 8 minutes. But the only thing for the air fryer is that you need to flip it over so that you'll get a brown color for both sides, because if you will take notice, it's a little pale at the back, but the color on top is perfect. For this one, this needs more color. I prefer the color of this compared with this one. Okay,